Welcome, everyone. Noah here on the Dynamics Weekly newsletter and podcast. For the next month or so, maybe not even a whole month coming up, I am interviewing class and session presenters for a community summit, which is organized by Dynamic Communities and scheduled for October 19th to the 23rd in Orlando, Florida. We are already almost at the end of September, so this will be here in no time at all. So jump on your travel plans if you haven't already, which I am behind. I admit I am have not booked my travel yet, but I'm working on it, and I'll have it done soon. And today, on our 63rd interview, these have just flown by. Although there are hundreds of presenters, I've only gotten to a fraction of those. We have Jesper Kehlet with us. Jesper, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you, Noah.
You sound good there. So you are going to be one of the presenters at the summit, and you are with you founded a company. Is that Hoalani Group?
Yes, many years ago, we founded a company. Well, Holani Group is a rebranding that we're going through right now. I founded a number of companies, Curigens, Electus, and we went through a rebranding exercise is still ongoing. Also as part of an acquisition we did of a company in Portugal recently. So Holani Group is the company that is the new brand and the company that we're going forward with.
And you founded, so this is the rebranding. You founded the other original company years ago. And what's your specialty for this company?
The specialty for this company is it's not so much the implementation work itself. It's more the program and project management for large projects, and it's organizational change management and those kind of things. There's a lot of projects that are either stalling or failing in this marketplace. A lot of it is because you see customers that go to a single partner and expect that partner to know everything, because the customers, they really know even less, right? And often those projects fail because the partners, the customers, they have different sets of expectations. And the worst thing that can happen in any relationship is failed expectations, but often it happens. And then customers, they come to us and say, hey, what can you do to help us bring this back on track? And we do that with the customers, and if we can, with the existing partners as much as possible.
Awesome. And you've been in this business for quite a few years now. You've been to plenty of summits before?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I started working with ERP in 1992, maybe 91.
Yeah.
And it's so long ago, right? I mean, I'm 56 years old. It's 2025. I've been working with this stuff for the better part of 35 years almost.
I know, it flies by, doesn't it?
It does. I worked for a company
My
called Damgard in the dark and gloomy past. Damgard eventually merged with Navision and got acquired by Microsoft.
Nice. I didn't have my first introduction to Dynamics until about 1999 or so, and that was with a customer I was working with as an employee with them, and that was all through Great Plains software. Which
Yes.
then, when I started with Great Plains as an employee, Microsoft bought Great Plains like the week after I started, and then it just snowballed from there. So it's been quite the journey.
Yep.
And it's been quite the enjoyable journey. I'm still doing this and still loving what we're doing.
Yeah, it's different, right? I mean, back then it was all about DOS-based machines and SQL servers, and now it's all cloud and AI and stuff. I mean, we certainly have,
Yes.
over the last 25, 30 years, seen a huge amount of change.
And Microsoft is always rolling out new stuff for us, so it's always a learning process, and that's a great part about Summit. All the educational piece about Summit, with all the different products they're rolling out for us.
Yep.
So I looked for you in the expo hall. Maybe do you have a booth there? Maybe it's under the prior company name.
We do not have a booth there
Okay.
because we're not really, like I said, we're not really competing with with the regular Dynamics partners about anything. We're not really selling a product. What we're doing is, like I mentioned, we're doing the program management for large complex projects, project management, architecture work, organizational change management, etc. So the clients that come to the expo hall typically look for either add-ons or partners that can help them with their implementation on a more functional and technical level. That's not what we really do there. So we don't have a booth. We do these sessions. We go there to educate partners and customers and meet with them and see we can help them as best as possible. But we're not really a competitor to existing partners, so we don't have a
Okay.
booth.
That'll put a lot of them at ease.
Yes, I hope so.
So you have a session that Monday afternoon. The title of it is From Stalled to Success, Lessons Learned from Reviving a Halted D365 Project. That's at 1:30 that afternoon for 1:30 to 2:45. So a little bit more than an hour there.
Yep.
And this is billed as you're on like a panel discussion.
Yes.
Okay. I see some of these other people are from your group as well.
Yep, they are. I have I have Meg there. She's our digital marketing manager. She's the moderator. Dan is our project manager and senior consultant of the project. Cinto is our primary solution architect. And of course, we have Richard LaVanture, who is the president and owner of the company.
And they're all going to be is it a panel discussion where they're all going to be taking questions from the audience and that's driving the conversation, or more of a presentation style?
We are going to do some presentations, some learning topics, what we have learned, what the client have learned, what happened in the past, how we changed things. This is a little bit of an interesting thing because this project was halted and paused because of COVID, but it actually brought us all around. And I had a great conversation with Richard about this when he called me up. Oh boy, maybe a year and a half ago, and said, "Hey, Jesper, I'm ready to revive this project now, but this time I don't want to do it the way I did it in the past." He essentially back then had a lot of users that were like, "Well, we want all the same functionality in the new system that we got in the old system," so it's more like a lift and shift process back then. And then we agreed on doing it differently and do more of a requirements gathering, what is really truly needed and what can we leave behind. So a little bit of Moscow exercise and all that. And actually the way that it all came about with pausing things when the pandemic hit and then restarting it actually allowed us to do this without anyone getting, having anxiety about it or anything like that on the user front. And it's been working really well.
Yeah. And this was they were going from AX4 all the way to F&O.
Oh, yes.
And this is, I see. So are all your projects around F&O, or do you work with with Business Central as well?
Oh, we do Business Central, we do F&O, we do CE, whether it's purebred CRM, customer service, field service, whatever it is. And we do a lot of Power Platform, Azure. We have actually even done Azure infrastructure migrations. So where we take existing on-prem infrastructure that even LaVanture was on AX on-prem, and we actually lifted their entire infrastructure, including terminal servers, Exchange servers, everything into Azure on virtual machines and all that. And that actually allowed us to do this migration to F&O a lot easier. But yeah, we work with all the Dynamics Biz Apps applications from Microsoft, the Power Platform, and the Azure projects.
So even though this one is tagged as a primary product for F&O, the concepts you're going to be discussing really can apply to far more than this. So people shouldn't limit themselves to that primary product listing on the website there.
Not at all. We actually have clients that were migrating from AX 2012 to BC, Because AX 2012, even for AX 2012, some clients, they really should not have been on that platform because
Hmm.
they were probably oversold AX at some point. And AX, now that it has turned into F&O, has become such a beast for a lot of companies that they're really better off with BC. For example, that's just one example.
Uh-huh. Gotcha. So you have a lot of your team coming in. You are dialing in with me now, and you're in Spain right now, correct?
I'm in Barcelona, Spain, with our team here in the offices here.
Is Meg and Cento, Dan, are they all over in Spain as well?
Nope, Meg and Dan there in Indiana. We have our headquarters in Carmel, Indiana, on the north side of Indianapolis. Cinto does belong to the Barcelona office here, yes.
And then Richard with LaVanture Products. Is that a U.S. company?
Yes. They're
Okay.
headquartered in Elkhart, Indiana, up in the northern Indiana part.
Okay. So that looks like you've got a full panel there, a lot of great discussion that um, can be covered not just for F&O, but for other products as well.
Absolutely.
So again, that title was From Stall to Success, Lessons Learned from Reviving a Halted D365 Project. So for people who have questions for you about this session or other projects they've got going on, if do you have a preferred method of contact?
I mean, I'm the kind of person that likes to speak with people. They're welcome to email me, contact me on LinkedIn, or call me over Teams or on my mobile phone. I will typically pick
Hmm.
up whatever. I like to
Okay.
speak with people because sometimes email is just a difficult medium for communication when you got to relay some things. And a phone conversation always seems to work much better.
Awesome. Yes. So we can put that in the comment section when we post this to LinkedIn for everybody as well.
Yep.
Um, so your team is coming in with you. You've got this one session here under your name there. Are there other sessions your team is presenting as well?
Not this year. This year we only have one session.
Okay. Have y'all all been to Orlando before for Summit?
Yeah, we've been to, I think, almost the whole gambit, right? Orlando,
Oh, nice.
Nashville, San Antonio. We've been to them
Yep.
all.
I have been to plenty over the years. I've missed a few, like I think I missed Chicago and a few of the others, but the
Hmm.
majority of them, me and my team have made. So they're always great get-togethers to see people you've met in the past, to meet new people. It's just a great environment to be a part of.
Yep, I agree.
And and I think they're going to have, hopefully they'll have record turnout for this one. Back from the COVID years, which was next to nobody. They've had a really great recovery since then, and the Orlando area, the venue there, the Gala Resort, is a great venue, well laid out, and Dynamic Communities really does a great job in organizing these conferences, helping everybody navigate through the venue. So it's a well done conference for everybody.
It very much is.
And you and your team going to be there all week with everybody?
We're coming in. We have one person coming in Saturday, but the majority of us are arriving on Sunday morning.
Nice. I think I'll be there as well that early weekend. We're teaching financial reporting classes that Saturday and Sunday for Academy. And I think we
Sure.
have a couple of sessions during the week on reporting. So I'll definitely look
Sounds
for
phenomenal.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look for you and your team while I'm down there in person. And for these conferences, the education piece is a huge part of these conferences, but the networking is probably equally, if not more so important. Getting to meet people in person, associating a real person with an email or a LinkedIn profile is a huge benefit.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
sure you've
agree.
been doing that for many, many years. You have tons and tons of contacts, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have, I still keep every single contact in my contacts folder that I ever got in touch with. And even
Hmm.
sometimes, there's something rings and I'm like, hey, I think I met someone that has that kind of experience that we need to talk to. And I go like, oh yeah, guess what? 18 years ago, I talked to so-and-so and revived
Yep,
that conversation again, right? So yeah, always.
I agree. The networking is a huge part of you. You'll
Yep,
remember that person when you get back to your office and you have your problems you're going through. You'll remember that person and know who to contact. So that's a huge part of it.
yep.
Another tip for everybody who's listening and going to Summit is anybody who wants to attend these conferences, there are hundreds of sessions that are being presented by hundreds of people with a huge range of topics. And there's really no way to attend all these sessions. And even trying to map out which ones you do want to go to is going to be really hard for you because there's so many of them. So I encourage you, don't wait until that week to figure out where you want to go. On the website, SummitNA.com, they've got a great little feature on the website top right that says My Show Planner and the little button that says Add to My Show Planner. So if you know of sessions that you want to go out to the website, click those buttons to add it to your list of sessions that you want to keep in memory. Because if you wait till that week when you get there, there are so many that you'll never be able to sort it out.
I'm in complete agreement. As with all conferences, the real work on planning a successful conference starts months in advance.
Exactly. Yes. And they do. I mean, this conference. I mean, this is going to be October, and I think probably uh, even that week of Summit, Dynamic Communities will be planning their next conference. They've probably already planned out the next 5 or 10 conferences for us. All right. So, Jesper, anything else that we can mention to everybody about your session or your team that's going to be there? You want to make sure they know about you before we wrap up today's call?
I think that the one thing that I think that I would like people to know about us, like I said, we work with any and all partners. Even partners come to us and say, hey, can you help us with this? Because we need some competencies in these areas. We're not here out of the existing projects and everything. And all we want to do is make sure everyone has happy customers, happy clients.
Awesome. Well, hey, Jesper, thank you so much for joining me today and everybody else who's listening. It's always a great thing for people like you to share with everybody else your experiences, your knowledge of the products, your knowledge of the community. So we really appreciate your time today and all the other years that you've put into this community. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep, I will be down in Orlando all week. I will look for you in person. I encourage everybody else to look for Jesper down there in person as well and his team. And Jesper, until then, now have a great month or so before I see you in Orlando.
Thank you very much, Noah. You too. And I look forward to meeting you down there.